Hey guys, Mark Kwok here. I figured because we're starting this new year and I haven't done one of these videos in a while, I'd do a Q&A because some people have asked questions in the comments or directly to me and so on. So getting right into it, number one, Sam asked, where do you get your long sleeve tees? I would say it just depends if it fits. I mean, there's no one brand I go to. I have many actually from Old Navy that I've had for like 10 years and they've been in videos and people have asked me, where do you get those shirts? And it's all the way up to like, I don't know, I have one from like Armani. So like it's kind of all over the place. So number two, Casey asked, where did you buy your GMT Pepsi? How do you trust any non-AD seller? How do you know it's 100% authentic? So context of this is my last video. I talked about that I bought a watch, a Rolex GMT Master 2, but it's an older version. It's from 2006, so it's kind of, neo vintage in a sense. And that means that I can't just go to Rolex and buy a Rolex. It'd have to be from some pre-owned dealer or a person or something like that. So I will say I have shopped and looked around for watches for a very long time, for decades at this point. And I have a pretty good sense on what's a fake, what's not, what's like a good place to trust, what are the types of people to trust. I personally like to buy from private sellers because that's generally where I'm going to get the best deals. Really, it's about trying to figure out as much information about that person as possible. Like, I won't be shy to say, hey, can we FaceTime? Or can we, especially these, if we're talking like thousands and thousands of dollars, yeah, it's not just like blind buy. You're gonna have to like, hey, give me the information about you. I'll stalk the shit out of them on Instagram. And, it gets down to that level. So that's generally how I do it. It does help me save a few bucks as far as like, I don't have to pay higher prices, but there is an inherent risk to that. Yeah. Number three, users Reld asks, can you do a video of your favorite James Bond movie? I will say the one that's left in my mind the very most is actually Daniel Craig's first movie, Casino Royale. That changed the game for me as far as how I think about Bond. Pierce Brosnan is like my Bond as far as like, my growing up and how much influence he's had on me. But Daniel Craig, that first, it was just like Casino Royale. I think I've seen like 10 times or 15 times. It may be one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So I will say that's probably the top. And then from there, we can have a larger discussion. Number 4, why haven't we heard you talk about the Apple Watch? Okay, so Apple, there's this weird thing, right? Like, I'm a huge Apple fanboy, and this is actually a question that comes up soon. And also, I'm a huge watch guy, so naturally, it's like, why don't you have an Apple Watch or talk about an Apple Watch or what have you? So the truth is, I think I've been more of a watch fan for longer and for more dedicated, like more of my time and effort and research has gone to watches than they have towards Apple, surprisingly enough. And so for that reason, I think my allegiance has been to mechanical watches, which is almost antithetical to a digital watch, like an Apple Watch. So honestly, I've been very hesitant to even like look at or touch an Apple Watch because there's like this purist enthusiast in me about mechanical watches that I don't want to like deal with what may kill my passion or what is overtaking my passion. I mean, I think Apple sold more watches than every other watch brand combined. Like, it's crazy. However, that being said, I will say recently, big surprise to everyone, I have purchased an Apple Watch. Before the pitchforks come out, I've held out for long enough, and I just wanted to know, what am I missing out on? Is my original hypothesis correct? Like, can I mix and mingle the two together or not? Like, it was mostly also, I'm getting into fitness more often these days, like, and Apple Watches or Garmin watches, things like that really help for that. So that has been an experiment in process. I will be posting an Apple Watch review at some point here and giving you my thoughts, especially as more of a mechanical watch person, right? Like, I'm wearing a mechanical watch right now, yet I do own an Apple Watch now. So anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm tabling that, putting it for the future. Next question from Miriam. Are you an Apple bot? Yeah. So a lot of people have realized that a lot of my videos are iPad, AirPods Max, iPhone, etc., etc. It is 100% true that I love Apple products. I don't shy away from saying that. I think just because you like, the things that the man gives you, and, like Apple's the biggest company in the world, so yeah, like they're the man, doesn't mean necessarily that they're, not good products. I mean, like, there's a reason that they're the most successful company in the world. And the truth is, when you're in the Apple ecosystem, everything just works in some like harmonious symphony, and it kind of sucks because that means everything moving forward that you add needs to be part of that whole symphony. But the more you add to that symphony, the more music it creates, and it's a beautiful, harmonious thing where you put your phone here, you unlock your iPad there, you take a file that's over there, and it's all of a sudden just all throughout the device. It's freaking magic. So, all to say, I'm not an Apple bot, but I'm close to one, and I'm not going to shy away from that because I think they make some pretty badass products. Let's be real. All right, cool. That was a long video, a lot of random things, but I thought it'd be cool to kind of just do the Q&A with you guys. So let me know if you have other questions. Maybe if there are a bunch of questions, I'll just do another set of this and break the one time a year thing and do it a couple times throughout the year. So thanks so much for watching. My name is Mark Kwok. I will see you guys on the next one.